welcome to Tea Time. I'm so glad you're joining me tonight. It is Monday, January 25th, and I am so excited that we're at the end of the month and we're going into February because this winter cannot go soon enough and we're back into spring and being able to do more things outdoors. I'm going to talk about my weekend really quick. It's really, really brief, and then we're going to get to my guests because you know how fast my show goes. Pretty much my daughter and I kind of binged. We felt like binge watching some stuff. So we watched Bridgerton, which is on Netflix, and they had such breaking records that they just announced that they're going to add another 8 more seasons, which is incredible. So Shonda Rhimes has another hit on her hands, and it is excellent. I recommend everyone to watch it. Other than that, it was, reading and doing some writing and laundry and, stuff around the house. So that was my weekend. I want to get to my guest because I'm so excited he's joining me tonight. He's an actor and he has many different facets, this man. And he's a wonderful actor and you've seen him in many, many things. Please help me welcome Patrick Forsett. Hi, Patrick. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm great. I'm so glad you're here tonight with me. I want people to get to know you and your work and follow you and, be on top of what's coming out next so they can look for you. You're originally a Jersey boy.
That's right.
And from Willingboro, New Jersey, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
Went to Cinnaminson High School. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, Cinnaminson High School. It's right near Churchville.
I was thinking of cinnamon toast. I'm trying to everything relates back to food. So you went to school there, and while you were in school, you tell me about your music, because I know you fell in love with music, and you actually picked up a bass guitar, and you were in a few bands while you were in high school, right?
My mom's a music teacher, so as kids we had to play an instrument. So one of the instruments that I played was the bass guitar. That's the one I kind of stuck with after being, as a kid, playing everything. And so when I was in high school, I was in the band, I was in the orchestra, I was in the jazz band. I had a couple of bands I was in on the side, a rock band, an R&B band. So, yeah.
Do you remember the name of your first band?
Probably middle school I was in a band. And it was kind of a 3-piece type deal. I can't even remember the name of it.
A long time ago, I know.
Yeah.
I get it. What's your favorite type of music to play when you do play?
When I play, my favorite type of music is probably classic rock, like the Rush and Led Zeppelin and that kind of music, because you can really jam to that.
Yeah, absolutely. I love all music. I come from a musical background too. Not that I play anything, but I was in the chorus in school, so I sang. Also, you, after high school, you went off to Boston College, right? On a
Boston University.
Boston University, BU, and you got a scholarship actually because you played football.
Yeah, I got a football scholarship and went to BU. Played there for 4 years, and also majored in physical therapy.
Physical therapy, because that's what I thought. That's what you thought you were gonna do, PT.
Right.
and just on a side note, your brother Chuck, also an amazing football player. He played for the Giants and the Chargers.
Yeah.
So
he was.
You come from a musical, athletic family.
Yeah. We've got a few celebrities, I guess, in the family. Yeah, he was a big dude. I never got that big to make it to the pros, but
really?
he was a real serious baller. All-American in college.
Wow. And what position did you play?
I played linebacker and running back.
Okay.
And linebacker in college.
Uh-huh. And then after college, what'd you do? Did you do physical therapy? Did you move away? What did you do?
Yeah, after college, I moved to San Francisco. After I finished my internship in Boston doing physical therapy, I moved to San Francisco chasing after an ex-girlfriend. And as we all do sometimes.
Love makes you crazy.
Love makes you crazy. So I went to San Francisco, and I was living with a couple of friends that I knew from BU. These four girls who were all in the theater program at BU.
Right.
So I started working in physical therapy in Boston, in San Francisco, and living with these actresses, and then they kind of dragged.
Wait. It was you and just women?
Yeah.
It was like kind of like John Ritter in Three's Company? How many women?
Exactly. Me and three or four girls. Yeah.
Wow, that's not a bad setup for a man.
Not a bad setup. Yeah. But they're the ones who like brought me into the theater realm, because when someone dropped out of a play they were doing, and they were like, "Oh, you gotta save us, you gotta play this part," and I'm like, "Really? I'm not an actor." They're like, "Please, just learn these lines," and then I did a play, and started.
And the PT was history.
Well, the PT never was history, but the PT kind of took a backseat to like theater, and then ended up getting an agent and doing commercials and modeling.
Well, I tell you the truth, there's nothing like a live audience. There's nothing like performing live and getting that, that gratification like on the spot right away.
Yeah.
And then you got the bug, and you're like, "Ooh, I like this."
Yeah, it was nice.
So now I want to know, and many people who are into acting, I mean, I've done a commercial, I've done some indie films, and how do you take it to the next level? How do you get to that where you get an agent, or you're able to eventually become union, get a SAG card, get in a movie, get on TV? Because you really need that card to do that.
Yeah. Well, when I was in San Francisco, after I did the play or two, I started taking acting classes in San Francisco, and then got the headshots done, started submitting to different agents, doing little student films.
Mm-hmm.
Then I got an agent, and then I started doing extra work in San Francisco to try to get those SAG vouchers so I could join the union.
Yes.
So I got lucky one time, and they needed a stand-in. The stand-in left, and I was the same height as someone, and they put me on as a stand-in, and I was like, and they was like, "Can you come back tomorrow?" I said, "Well, if you give me a SAG voucher, I can."
Yeah, nice.
So then I like worked a week on that show as a stand-in and got all my vouchers and joined the union.
So was that your first paid professional gig?
Yeah. Well, I had done some extra stuff, but it was like non-union extra stuff. But that was my first union SAG voucher paid stuff. Yeah.
And how did your family react when you told them you were going to get into acting?
Well, when I was doing that in San Francisco, I was still working as a physical therapist. So
had to pay bills.
Yeah, I had to pay bills. No alarm went off. But then when I was ready to quit my job and move to LA, my mom thought I was like smoking crack or something. She was like, crazy.
I have to tell you something, Patrick. I'm 100% Sicilian.
Oh, wow. So, yeah, my mom's a Sicilian.
Your mom's half Sicilian. So I could just imagine her reaction.
No, my mom's 100% Sicilian.
Oh, she is? She is 100% like me?
100%.
I'm sorry. You're half Sicilian.
I'm half Sicilian.
That's a good part.
So, my mom was like, "Are you crazy?"
But I could hear it.
With some choice words in there as well.
I can imagine. My mother had the same reaction with me. She's like, "You're gonna have to sleep with every director. What do you have your mind?" And I was like, "I'll probably be unemployed a lot." Well, listen, I want to take our first quick break. I want to thank everyone for watching the show. Please like it. Please share it. Don't go away. We're going to be back with Patrick Forsett.
Fortunato's Pizza and Restaurant is located at 719 Hawkins Avenue in Ronkonkoma. They're open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. You can find them on Facebook and Instagram. They do free deliveries to Ronkonkoma, Lake Ronkonkoma, Lake Grove, Center Reach, Nesconsant, Holbrook, and Selden. And they do catering for all occasions. Remember, mention Tea Time and get 10% off your entire order. So, Fortunato's Pizza. Move you pizza to Fortunato's a Pizza.
So where do you want to go tonight?
Are you bored?
Oh my God.
Hold on tight. We're going to Coasters.
Coaster's Tavern is located at 487 Newbridge Road in East Meadow. Their number's 516-557-2222.
Well, hi there, Teresa. It's John York from General Hospital. I am just checking in because apparently you have a great talk show called Tea Time on Strong Island TV. I want you to have continued great success and have a lot of fun. It sounds like you're having a lot of fun, and that's pretty much the key to everything, isn't it? So continued success. I'm proud of you. Have a great day, Teresa. Bye.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. I'm so glad you're joining me tonight. I want to thank everyone for watching. Please like the show, please share it. I want to thank Fortunato's Pizzeria and Restaurant out in Ronkonkoma. They deliver to 5 towns nearby, and their food is amazing, okay? And if you mention Tea Time, you get 10% off your order, and they do free deliveries. And I love their slogan, "Move your pizza to Fortunato's a Pizza." Okay, so give them a call, place an order. You will not be disappointed. The garlic knots are amazing. Their chicken zing, the eggplant palm. Forget about it. My mouth is salivating right now. Let's get our food again. And want to thank John York from General Hospital for those very, very kind words. I'm hoping to get John on the show this year. We'll see how it goes. I had on Carolyn Hennessy from GH, who plays Diane Miller. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll get John to come on the show. What else? That's it. I'm back with Patrick Forsett, and he's an actor, and he's a man of many facets. And we're learning how he grew up in Jersey and studied at BU and majored in physical therapy. But living with these women who were acting, they kind of like sucked him into the business. And I mean, now he's doing amazing things. I want everyone to follow him and see what's going on with him and get to know him like me. And I want to thank you again for joining me tonight because I'm so excited. But you actually moved, you left San Fran, and you decided to, change the scenery, and you moved to LA.
Yeah, I decided to go to the big show. Yeah, so I packed up my bags and moved to LA.
Yeah. And then it's like, is it like starting the grind all over again? Did you find that things were a little harder there, or did you find that it was easier?
It's probably a lot harder because it's everybody's here, all the actors. It's a big pool, so it's tough. You gotta get referred, get an agent, all that stuff. Yeah, it's kind of start from scratch again.
I must have been a little frustrating because, it's kind of like you said, you're like starting all over again. I know that when I was considering years ago moving to LA, it didn't happen for me. Life's all about timing. And I feel that the timing is right for me now at an older age, and things in my life are more settled. But I do remember that it's not an easy thing to just pick up and move and take a gamble, take a shot. And with you, it paid off. And I'm sure that you look back now and you say it was really worth it, because you have, doubts, especially when you're going to take that huge leap, because, we don't have a crystal ball that tells us what's going to happen.
Yeah, the good thing was right before I left San Francisco, I did a Toyota commercial. So when I moved to LA, I had residuals coming in, and which made it nice. So I could kind of like relax, take my acting classes,
Right.
do some networking, meet people. So that was a good thing.
And I want to know, when you got to LA, how do you know who to connect to? I mean, obviously you look, things are so different now compared to years ago as far as accessing a SAG card or getting an agent. Everything right now is done this way, especially now during the pandemic. A lot of auditions are self-taped and submitted. We're living in such a different world, and it's not as easy to get a SAG card like it was, years ago. So
Yeah.
what do you recommend, again, because you've had the experience, and there are so many people I know watching that are in the entertainment industry that want to pivot, including myself. I want to pivot. And, so I know it's important to take classes and keep up your craft.
Yeah.
But what else
Yeah.
can you tell, people watching?
Well, definitely keep a good network of people like that you meet in your acting classes. Stay in touch with everybody, because these people that you're in class with are going to be writers and directors, and they're going to go on to be on shows. And these are the people that you have to stay in contact with, stay friends with, so that you can continue to work with them. And that's how you get a lot of your contacts, from your acting classes.
Right.
And from your acting teachers, get referrals. Your fellow actors, they may have a good agent, and you talk to them, say, hey, can you refer me to your agent? And then
a lot of networking. Well, you went on to do a lot of TV. You did
TV.
Run down a few shows, but you did The Practice, and you did The Office, and Prison Break, Melrose Place, The Young and the Restless, Desperate Housewives, Southland, NCIS, Raising Hope, Superstore. I mean, it goes on and on and on. Hot in Cleveland, Curb Your Enthusiasm, which is great. When you were on Curb, was your scene improv at all? Was it improv? Because I know they don't go by any kind of script on that show.
Yeah, actually, I've just shot that not too long ago. They read up for, I think it's the 8th or the 9th season. And they give you kind of like a synopsis of what your scene is, and you just, it's totally improv. And
Why you got the seat of your pants?
Yeah, which is so much fun though. And I was my scene is with Larry David, so it's just you do the improv, and then you do it over and over, and then the director comes and says, I like what you did here, keep that. Try this, I like that, keep that, do this, try to go into that too, and then you go back and do it over and over, and it's kind of like, being born,
Yeah, it's liberating.
Yeah, it's so much fun.
Then you landed a huge role playing it was Oprah's network owns highest rated drama, and you landed the role of Tony Watson on The Have and the Have Nots, Tyler Perry's show. And holy cow, I mean, how high did you jump? And seriously, and tell me about that experience.
That was amazing. It was. I had booked the role for it was just supposed to be one episode. So my agent gave me an audition for this one episode to play Hannah's, love interest from church. I was supposed to come in for one episode. So I booked it, and I flew to Atlanta, started, rehearsing. We got to the set, and we're running through the scene. We started shooting, and then before we even started shooting, a lot of people were telling me how I look a lot like Hannah's son,
Yes,
Tyler Lepley.
There's a big resemblance there. Yep.
Yeah, So in the middle of shooting, Tyler Perry stops it, and there was a scene where in my first episode where the son leaves the room, and it's just me and Hannah. Like I had made dinner for her,
Yeah.
and then he's like, Tyler Perry says, when he leaves the room, I want you to say, does he know? And then I want me to say, he has no clue. Like he has no clue I'm his father.
Right.
So I was a little bit in shock. I'm like, what?
Yeah, because in the back of your mind, you're thinking, this could go
Like,
somewhere.
Yeah, right. And I was like, he's like, if we're going to do it, let's do it. And I'm like, okay. And then after that, inside, I'm like jumping around, like, yeah. And then we rewrote the whole next scene together. Like, it was unbelievable. Like, me sitting down with Tyler Perry writing a scene. I'm like, and then after that, they sent me to the producers, and the producers say, can you come back next week? And I'm like, yeah. Then after that, I shot a couple of seasons on the show, which was beautiful.
You did 3 seasons, right? You did 3?
I did 3 seasons, yeah.
Nice. That's like a pinch me moment, you know?
It's like a dream come true. Like, am I dreaming or what?
Life's all about timing, and that was your time, you know?
Yeah.
God's got a plan. I mean, we make plans, he laughs. He knows what's going to happen.
That's right. Yeah.
That's how I feel. Well, listen, everybody, thank you for tuning in. I want you to like the show and please share it. But in the meantime, we're going to take another quick break, and we will be back with Patrick Forsett. Don't go away.
So where do you want to go tonight?
Why don't we go to Coasters?
Oh, cool. I heard it's a great place. Let's check it out.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Oh my God.
Coaster's Tavern is located at 487 New Bridge Road in East Meadow. Their number's 516-557-2222. Fortunato's Pizza and Restaurant is located at 719 Hawkins Avenue in Ronkonkoma. They're open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. You can find them on Facebook and Instagram. They do free deliveries to Ronkonkoma, Lake Ronkonkoma, Lake Grove, Center Reach, Nesconsin, Holbrook, and Selden. And they do catering for all occasions. Remember, mention Tea Time and get 10% off your entire order. So, Fortunato's Pizza. Move your pizza to Fortunato's Pizza.
How you doing? It's Sal the Voice Valentinetti. Why are you watching me? You should be watching Teresa Canastraci Tea Time with Teresa Canastraci Farrell. And make sure you follow Teresa on Facebook, Tea Time with Teresa Canastraci Farrell. We'll see you there.
I love the way you say my name. I love it.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. I'm so glad you're joining me tonight. I want to thank everyone for watching the show. Please like it, please share it. I'm back with actor Patrick Forsett. Before we get back to him real quick, again, I got to thank Fortunato's Pizzeria and Restaurant in Ronkonkoma. They deliver to 5 different locations out there, and their food is amazing. Mention Tea Time, you get 10% off your order. They do free delivery, and their slogan is so cool. Move your pizza to Fortunato's Pizza. So give them a try and get 10% off your order. I also want to thank Sal, the Voice Valentinetti, for his kind words about me and Tea Time. Sal's a great friend, and I think he's in Florida enjoying the warm weather right now. And I want to thank Coasters. Coasters has been with me since the beginning of Tea Time, and I just want to thank them for their continued support. So back with Patrick. Patrick. We talked about TV. You're a Jersey boy. You're half Sicilian. And let's talk about movies. What was your very first movie that you did?
My very first movie, was when I was an extra in San Francisco, and it was Getting Even with Dad, with Macaulay Culkin and Ron Canada, and I think Ted Danson was in that movie too. But yeah, it was that was my first movie in San Francisco. But when I first moved to LA, I was in a movie called Panther, about the Black Panthers.
Yes.
With Mario Van Peebles was the
Yes.
director, and I had a really nice scene that they cut out, but I'm sparse. I'm in the movie a bunch of times, but my big scene kind of got cut out.
Don't you hate
But that was the very first movie.
I hate when that happens. What are you
I
going to do?
hate when that happens.
Not in the editing room, and you don't have the final say.
Yeah.
You also did Teenage Bank Heist.
Oh yeah, that was like a Lifetime movie. That was fun. Playing
I
a
liked
detective.
I liked it. And you did Black Dahlia.
Did Black Dahlia, another detective one.
Very good. You play a lot of cops, a lot of detective work. You look good in
Yeah.
uniform, Patrick. You look good in uniform. Okay? And, but you did 2 horror movies. Okay, I think you did 2. You did Borderline Cult, which scared the crap out of me just like looking at the freaking promo for it. I was like, the trailer, I was like, holy cannoli. And then
Yeah.
you're the cleanup guy. And then Zombie Nation. So how much fun is that?
That was fun because those are like serious slasher, blood shooting on the walls type movies. So that was really fun. And then that character in Borderline Cult, I was like from New Orleans with my Abraham Lincoln hat on and my beard. So that was fun, cleaning up.
Totally fun to do something I'm more of a character actress myself. I love transforming myself, looking different, and then just absorbing that character. That is my happy place. So I know it. I can feel that with you. But you know, it's very different. Television is very different from, you know, filming a movie. You know, movies, you have to have a lot of patience.
Mm-hmm.
For a long time. There might be a lot of takes, different camera shots. You know, is there one over the other that you prefer to do, or do you just, you know, want it all? I mean, obviously we want it all, but is there one over the other?
Yeah, like you say, obviously we want it all. I guess from my experience with being on the TV show, The Haves and Have-Nots, I kind of lean towards TV because it's just, you know, so nice. Come to the studio, you got all the set ready, everything is like runs on time.
Right.
And yeah, so you come in, you work your day, and you go home. So it's kind of fun, and you're still working your creativity.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Is there a character that you ever played that you had a hard time not connecting with, but you know, I don't know what's the word, not accepting it, but you know, just I don't know, figuring out the character. Did you ever have a problem like figuring out a character and deciding how you want to play him and looking at it as, you know, from different angles?
Yeah, I mean, when I was on The Haves and Have-Nots, after the first season, I was kind of a good guy. And then all of a sudden I got the scripts for the second season and I'm reading them and I'm like, well, I'm going to take his kidney. What?
You got a dark side.
So then I was like, oh, how do I play this? You know, how do I work it to all of a sudden be this bad guy? Yeah, after being a good guy. And then, I mean, you just figure out what your character wants and, you know, self-preservation over everything. And then, you know, that's maybe what my son would have wanted being in a coma. He wouldn't want to be like that.
A great scene. It's a great scene. You're like, I got a court order and blah, 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 blah. Wow. I was like,
I'm doing it for him, you know, not for me.
Right. Yeah. Sure. His mama didn't agree with you, but okay.
No. So yeah, that's how you like try to justify and things in your head and, you know, just figure out what things that would make your character want to do these things.
Were you afraid when you went from good to evil that the fans were gonna like hate on you?
Not really. I loved it when they hated on me. It was so much fun. And it was like you'd be out in a restaurant or in a grocery store. I get to the counter and she's like, "I I know who you are. I'm mad at you. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? How can you do that to your son?
But that just validates what a great actor you are.
Yeah.
You know, that's like, you know, I'm in, and a lot of my viewers know that I'm in a, well, right now we're not in anything, but I'm in an off-Broadway show called Bat Boy Yankee Miracle, and in the first half of the play, I play a Puerto Rican woman who finds her son shot dead. So it's a very emotional scene for me. And then in the second half, I put on a blonde wig and very voluptuous, and girls are out, and it's a very ditzy, a blonde ditzy part where now the audience is laughing. So in the first half, they're crying with me, and at least I leave them laughing in the second half. You know what I mean? Which is kind of cool. But you know, making a transition like that's not easy. So, but when people say, "Oh my God, you made me laugh," "Oh my God, you made me cry," then you like validate it. You're like, "Oh, that made me feel good." So when that woman came up to you and said that, it just means you're doing a great job.
Yeah. That's like, I'm doing my job.
That's it. That's it.
If you really hate me, then I'm doing the right stuff.
I also want to talk about you have some shows in post-production. I'm going to ask you about them and let me know. One's called Tell Me About It.
Tell Me About It?
No?
No.
Sasha Lane's? No?
Sasha Lane's, yeah. It's one I shot. I play a bad guy in that too.
Ooh.
And I'm waiting for that to come out. It should be good. It's kind of about this guy who gets wayward girls and kind of puts them to work, but like in real work, like selling subscriptions and stuff like that, but then tries to take advantage of them. So that should be a good one when it does come out.
I like it. I like the way it sounds. And then in development right now, you have, again, correct me, Jaded Confessions?
Yeah, Jaded Confessions. It's, I play a doctor.
Ooh!
Yeah. So that one was...
Wait, a good doctor or a bad doctor?
A bad doctor.
Oh, no!
I guess once I did the have and have nots, then I started getting all the bad guy stuff. But you don't know I'm really a bad doctor until later. But we haven't started shooting that one. We just got the script and.
But it's great to be so versatile and not get pigeonholed in a certain character, because that happens a lot sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, pigeonhole me if you're gonna put me on, as a detective, a series regular on one of those Criminal Minds or something like that. I'll pigeonhole all day.
What about The Tormented?
The Tormented is a movie that never really kind of got off the ground, but I play this guy Donald, and we got the script, and they never really got the money for it. So
yeah, that happens a lot. And then there are a lot of pilots. I filmed a pilot, and a lot of them don't get picked up. It's kind of like it's a crapshoot.
Yeah. I think they actually sold that script and changed it to something else. But
yeah, they do that a lot too. I think a lot of writers, in order to get, I have a friend of mine who wrote a script, and it was cast it, and it was kind of filmed, and then someone else took it over, changed the cast, changed the name, and then put it out there. So I think a lot happens like that sometimes.
Yeah.
I think
I know this one guy who I shot this digital series called Forbidden Fruit not too long ago, and he just shot a trailer of it with some guy, and they shot it and it looked really cool, and then shopped it around, and then got the money to shoot it.
Right.
And then
that's what a lot of people are doing now. They're you don't need millions and millions of dollars now. You just need some money to film something where you can tease a person where, hey, this is my vision, and this is what we shot so far, and what do you think of it? And then, like you said, hopefully, someone picks it up and, runs with it. you know.
Right.
But I think it's important, like Tyler Perry, he's a man who is so creative, and it's important to control, what you do, or have some kind of say. And I think that's why a lot of people who are now writing or directing or whatever they're doing, they kind of fall into that category of, this is mine, I have a vision, and this is the way I want it. And either you run with it with me or you don't. I think a lot of people are going in that direction now. A lot of people are doing, Broadway's closed, and I know some people on Broadway who are doing Zoom shows to try to give back and uplift that community. And I know acting is slowly getting back to filming. There's, protocol in place to stay safe.
Yeah.
Which is important.
Yeah.
What were you doing before COVID hit? What were you doing before COVID
Well,
hit? Like, were you in the middle of
right.
something that you?
Yeah. Well, actually, we finished it. Thank God. That was right before COVID hit. We were shooting the show that I'm talking about, Forbidden Fruit,
Yeah.
where I play this pastor who had a past.
Ooh.
And yeah, so we were shooting that, and we finished it right as in March, right when everything started closing down,
Yeah.
which was pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's when we were in lockdown. I did a stand-up comedy show. Was my last show in a club, was at Dangerfields in the city, and I think that was March 9th, and that was the last time I performed at a club, because then everything just shut down, and it's a crazy time. It's a crazy time. But speaking about crazy times, I have to go to my last commercial break. Don't go away. We'll be right back with Patrick Forsett.
Fortunato's Pizza and Restaurant is located at 719 Hawkins Avenue in Ronkonkoma. They're open 7 days a week from 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. You can find them on Facebook and Instagram. They do free deliveries to Ronkonkoma, Lake Ronkonkoma, Lake Grove, Center Reach, Nesconstant, Holbrook, and Selden. And they do catering for all occasions. Remember, mention Tea Time and get 10% off your entire order. So, Fortunato's Pizza. Move your pizza to Fortunato's Pizza.
So where do you want to go tonight?
Are you bored?
Oh my God!
Hold on tight. We're gonna coast this.
Coaster's Tavern is located at 487 Newbridge Road in East Meadow. Their number's 516-557-2222.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Tea Time. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight. Please like the show, please share it. Thank you everyone for watching. I want to thank Fortunato's Pizzeria and Restaurant. They're in Ronkonkoma, and you need to try their food. It's amazing. So give them a call. Tell them Tea Time that you heard about it from Tea Time. They'll give you 10% off your order. And I love their slogan. Move your pizza to Fortunato's a Pizza. And if you can't move your pizza there, give them a call for free delivery. That's really it. Thank you again to Coasters. And, everybody, again, tuning in. I could not be doing this without support. And, I'm blessed. I'm blessed that I'm able to do this, especially during this COVID time that, usually, well, I couldn't get Patrick in studio anyway. He's in LA, but I would love him to be in studio with me. Maybe in the future, Patrick, when things get back to normal and you happen to be in Jersey, you can make a pit stop.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You never say never. But Patrick is an actor, and again, he's from Jersey, and he's been in amazing shows on television and movies. And is there anything, or anyone, I should say, I mean, I know you love Denzel. I mean, who doesn't?
Right.
I mean, he'd probably be the ultimate partner to, be in a movie with. Is there anyone else? Maybe a female actor you might want to play opposite of?
Well, I love to work with Jada Pinkett. So I had a little crush on her when I first came to LA.
Nice.
And maybe an action movie with Halle Berry.
Oh yeah, I could see that.
That would
Put it
be
out in
nice.
the universe, Patrick. It's
It's
gonna
out
happen.
there. Come on. Yeah, and I always want to do an action movie. So, who better to
Oh, I
do
can
it with?
totally see you do that. I don't think there's anything you can't do. Seriously. I mean, you've really, hit pretty much the gamut. Is there anything you think you didn't do? I mean, obviously you're saying an action movie, which is kind of cool. I mean, like I said, you've been in uniform, whether you're a doctor or a detective or a police officer, and I think that you are also very comedic. I think you have good comedic timing. You definitely have that ability to make people laugh, and that's not easy to do. You know what I'm saying? It really isn't.
Well, thank you. Coming from a stand-up, that's a real compliment.
Yeah. But Hot in Cleveland, how was that working with Valerie? And let's mention John Schneider was on that show with you.
Yeah,
who was also in the Have and Have Nots.
Yeah, that was a really great experience because it was in front of a live audience. So it was like old school 3-camera live audience, and like rehearsal, and that was their first taped series for that channel. I think it was what channel was that on?
Did I write it down? I might
It
not
was
have.
like it was a new station, and that was their first attempt at a series. So we did the table read in front of like 1 million producers, and people were getting fired off of the table read. And John Schneider was actually replaced someone who they like got rid of just from the producers not liking his table read. So it was a lot of pressure, but it was fun because it was in front of a live audience. They're holding for laughs, and it was an experience.
Yeah. I mean, like we said before, there's nothing like that, that self-gratification right away, and hearing the response of the audience. How cool was it to reunite though with John? I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, that was a trip. I was like, hey, because he was my.
The Dukes of Hazzard guy. We're working together again.
Yeah. And I love the Dukes of Hazzard too, so I was a fan back then. So I was like, oh, hey, Bo Duke.
Wow, that is so cool. So again, going forward, or I should say, what have you been doing during COVID, during this time? I know you want to try to keep, your craft sharp. So what have you been doing during this crazy period?
Well, I've been doing a lot of online classes,
Okay.
and even like classes in networking, like with doing the Zoom classes, we did a lot of online auditions and a lot of self-tapes. So I've taken classes on doing self-tapes, made my daughter went off to college, even though she's not there, she's in an apartment. So I made her room into my self-tape studio.
Nice.
So
you have the green screen too?
Don't have a green screen. I have a gray screen.
Okay.
But that's where I shoot all my auditions.
Okay, cool.
And, so I've been trying to stay busy, trying to stay online busy.
Yeah, it's. I think we're all trying to stay relevant, during this crazy time. We're all just trying to,
Yeah, but I've done some shooting during this time, which is really interesting. Like I did the Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yes.
Getting tested daily.
That's what I was going to ask you. How was it on set with COVID at Curb?
It was interesting because you walk up and it's like a triage. There's like tents set up for testing, and then we just got tested like 2 days or 3 days before when you go on set, and then when you get on set, you get tested again, a rapid test, and then you wait around, get your results, and then it's like everyone's wearing their masks, and they're really on you too. When you're not in your scene, you got to have your mask on.
Yeah. It's
So,
scary. It's very scary. I think everyone's been so affected by
yeah.
this, either knowing people who have passed or who is sick. Actually, my daughter tested positive. Actually, she
Oh,
took
wow.
the rapid test and she tested negative. And they were saying that it's like 50% accurate. But then she took the 3-day test and she tested positive. So we were all under quarantine, for 10
Oh, wow.
days. And she's, sequestered into her room. And I'm like, you don't come out unless you have to eat something or go to the bathroom. I said, other than that, you're in your room. It's not fun, but you have to do what you have to do. That's the bottom
Yeah,
line. And you have to
that's
take
scary.
precautions. Absolutely. You have to take precautions, especially my parents are elderly, and I worry about them. They're in Florida now, they're snowbirds. So I'm like, don't go out unless you have to. And if you go out, and if you want to eat, then try to eat outside. Just try to keep everything outdoors.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's scary. I mean, I lost a friend from it, and I lost my aunt to it. So
Sorry, yeah.
it's a serious deal.
It is. It's a very serious deal, and it's good that they're taking the precaution. Look, it's not easy doing that test. I mean, I don't know how far back they shoved it down your nose, but I said,
Yeah,
are
oh
you
my
doing
God.
a pap at the same time? I mean, like, how far down you going? And so I was like, whoa. And seriously, sorry. And I was not ready for that. I'm like, can you give me a warning next time? Seriously. And I'm like, and now you have to do the other side too. I was like, whoa.
I was like,
But
yeah,
you
come
have
on.
to. But to know that they're taking the precautions they're taking for your well-being and everyone else is on the set, that's what's important.
Yeah.
So
It's
what are you
very
looking forward
important.
to? My last question, we're going to wrap up, but what are you looking forward to in 2021?
In 2021, looking forward to being done with this COVID and going and see my friends and hugging everybody and partying.
Yeah, I hear you.
And to things to ramp up again. And really, I've got a lot of goals to shoot a lot of stuff and to write some stuff and shoot it, and to get back on a series regular show, knock on wood.
Oh yeah, let's knock. 2021 is
Yeah,
going to be a great year. It really is.
putting it all out there.
You're right. Put it all out there. Amen. All right. So listen, I want everyone to follow you. How can they follow you? Where can they find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Patrick Faucette, Faucette,
Right.
and the same on Twitter, Patrick Faucette, Facebook, Patrick Faucette, and also Facebook, Patrick Faucette Actor.
Great.
Yeah.
I want to thank everyone for watching the show. Please like it. Please share it. And I want to thank you. I want to thank you for taking this time out of your day and spending it with me and my viewers. Patrick, you're going to stay right there. And in the meantime, I want to tell everyone, thank you again for supporting Tea Time. And please stay safe, wash your hands, wear a mask. And I will see everybody next week. Ciao, everyone.